4th of July celebrations are set to begin in some parts of the Mid-South as early as tonight, but it's important to remember fireworks can quickly turn into dangerous situations, especially when it comes to kids. More than 4,200 children under the age of 10 visited the hospital for firework-related injuries in 2022, according to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Dr. Rudy Kink, a pediatric emergency medicine specialist at Le Bonheur Children's Hospital, shares some tips for keeping safe this holiday weekend. Doctor, always glad to have you back on the news at 3. How have you been doing?
Been doing great. How about you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Are you ready for this holiday?
I'm ready for the holiday. I'll be working and ready to take care of the kids here in the Memphis area.
How busy can this holiday be for folks at Le Bonheur, especially when we see young children coming in for injuries?
So it'll be busy. Remember, we're a referral area, so we get patients from Mississippi as well as Missouri and Arkansas. So not only fireworks, but the heat. The heat will be something that we'll be taking care of the kids with.
When we think about the heat especially, different ages, you know, older kids, younger kids, toddlers, what do we need to keep in mind for each group?
So remember, the elderly as well as the infants and children with special needs are very at risk for heat. They can't move as much, and so staying static can be a very difficult time for these kids. They can get hot, overheat pretty quickly.
Sure. And what about taking breaks though? I mean, is that different for different age groups?
You know, it is, but babies and that should be in the shade throughout most of the time. Kids, teenagers really need to take frequent breaks, drink a lot of fluids and things like that. Your hottest part of the day between 11 and 3, you probably should be going inside pretty frequently, if not the entire time. What
about if the heat index is over like 95 degrees? What should we do then?
You just try to plan your day around the heat index. So in the mornings, go outside, do stuff. When it gets hot, the heat index gets high, go inside. Take frequent breaks, drink a lot of fluids, do some activities inside, play games, things like that. And then when the sun goes down and things cool off, go back out, enjoy.
Doctor, you and I have talked about this many times here. A lot of kids, as you know, they think they are invincible, especially even when it's extremely hot outside. What do they need to know? What do parents need to know?
Parents need to know that when it gets hot, they have to take frequent breaks. They got to drink. If they know they're not going to the restroom pretty frequently, about every hour and a half, they're not drinking enough fluids. So even if they're out there feeling they're drinking a ton, they're not really using the restroom, they're not really sweating, they need to drink more fluids.
All right, what about pool safety? A lot of kids, a lot of families are going to be spending time at the pool as well. What do they need to keep in mind?
You know, no one should be left in a pool by themselves. So there always should be one person there in the pool. If there's one person there in the pool, somebody should be watching them. Usually you should have 2 or more. So if you're a teenager, have a buddy. If there are kids around, make sure one person's watching that pool, making sure that no one is left alone at that time. And so if you all go in, everybody needs to leave the pool.
That makes a lot of sense there. When it comes to, again, going back to the temperature as being very hot, what about hot cars? You have a lot of folks who are going to be shopping over the next 2 or 3 days, and you want to make sure that no children, no pets are left behind in the car.
Yeah, even with the windows cracked, the car can heat up within a matter of minutes, up to 140, 150 degrees. And these kids, pets, can succumb to the heat. So even if you're running in just to grab like a little fireworks or something like that, you really need to be cognizant about that. Take kids, pets in with you.
Have we seen any advancements when it comes to technology helping out a lot of folks these days when it comes to cars and making sure we don't leave anybody behind?
You do. Some of the newer cars will have a little display when you turn off, says, hey, look at the back seat, kind of things like that. There's no real notifications that I know that if they see any movements, that'll notify you.
Right. I do want to ask you before we run out of time, when it comes to fireworks safety and what's legal, illegal, what should we do to keep everybody safe?
So first of all, kids, I would say you got different kinds of fireworks. You got the sparklers and the snaps that kids typically play with. Remember that the sparklers can get really hot. And even those kids are playing with them and they touch it, it can burn their fingers. So if you use sparklers, which are pretty good, put them in like a glass of water, something like that, away from the kids, let them cool off. If you do get burned, only apply a cool rag, cool water to them. The other ones that really go pop, you got to be very careful with. Don't put them in any type of glass bottle or anything like that. If you light them, you have to get away. If they don't explode, one of the things you probably should do, just have a garden hose or something just to spray them with water to kind of deactivate them.
Kind of leave it to the professionals if we can.
That's what the Kink family will be doing.
That's what you read my mind. I had to ask you, how do you celebrate it? What do you do to make sure everybody stays safe?
You know, we usually get a couple snacks and then go watch the communities do it, like Germantown, Collierville, Memphis, and you just kind of let the professionals do it and enjoy the time.
That makes sense. Dr. Kink, as always, glad to have you here.
Thanks,
Enjoy the holiday, even though I know you'll be working. All right, a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.